In first video we have seen few basic information about e-commerce. Now in this video we are going to get some more information. The nature of competition in traditional way of doing businesses and using e-commerce has changed significantly. In traditional commerce, the businesses have to compete within a single industry and limited geographical area. In many cases, business processes use traditional commerce activities very effectively and they cannot be improved through technology. Customers prefer to touch, smell, or examine precisely are difficult to sell using e-commerce. For example, buyers will hesitate in buying perishable food items, expensive jewelry, and high fashion clothes as they cannot be examined closely before purchase. Now let's see some common features of traditional commerce. It operates within a certain period of time or during business hours. No sharing of information with competitors. Hiring of salespersons, sales manager and many more people. Location renting or purchasing, advertising, inventory, shipping of products, etc. are there. However, in today's fast-paced world, it is very important to break through these conventional rules. We need to adapt to the new ways of doing businesses worldwide using internet. Some of the features of e-commerce are advertising of product is done electronically. Customers can browse through products catalog and available offers. E-payment systems are used for receiving payments. However, in many cases, payment on delivery option is also available. Goods are delivered to the customer within few days. Reduces the per transaction cost. It reduces the time taken to perform an overall transaction. Now let's see growth of e-commerce in India. The internet users in India are growing day by day. E-commerce in India is experiencing a remarkable growth and successfully changing the way people transact. From high-end designer apparel to second-hand books, everything is now available to Indian online buyers at the click of a button. It has opened up new horizons and opportunities for millions of people. A greater variety of goods and services that can be bought over the internet is making online buying more attractive and convenient. As internet has reached the rural parts of India, a drastic change is observed in their lifestyle. The quantity and quality of consumption is helping change mindset in the rural areas. Now let's see the factors that are playing role for the growth of e-commerce in India. The growth of technology, facilitators such as internet connections, broadband and third generation services, fourth generation services of internet, laptops, smartphones, tablets and dongles. Increase in use of mobile devices, availability of much wider range of products, busy lifestyles, traffic congestion and lack of time for traditional shopping. Lower prices compared to brick and mortar retail driven by disintermediation and reduced inventory and real estate cost. Increased usage on online classified sites with more consumers buying and selling second-hand goods. Evolution of the online marketplace model with sites like eBay, Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal and many more. Though the penetration of e-commerce is low in India as compared to other countries, but it is growing at a much faster rate with a larger number of new entrants. There are a lot of online stores in India which are becoming quite popular like Flipkart, eBay, Snapdeal, Amazon, Myntra, Domino's, Paytm, Jabong and many more. Retailers have also started offering a cash on delivery option. It is the most preferred payment method in India. Almost 80% of Indian e-commerce business uses cash on delivery mechanism. Though from the online retailer point of view, this is an expensive proposition as they have to finance the sale till the order is delivered. For the consumer, cash on delivery makes it easy to reject products at the point of delivery. Industry experts are optimistic about the future potential of e-commerce industry in India. Though there are challenges to be faced, they can be easily overcome with well-planned and pre-decided strategies which will give a boost to the growth of e-commerce in India. Now let's discuss advantages of e-commerce. With the growth of internet, companies are finding new and exciting ways to expand their business. Today we can hardly find any successful company which do not use computers in their everyday business activities. E-commerce provides multiple benefits to the customers in the form of availability of goods at lower cost, wider choice and saves time. E-commerce sales would rise in the coming years with the availability of faster broadband services and new applications. Some advantages of e-commerce are: e-commerce also provides the following benefits to the society: buy from home, office or any place, less traveling to purchase a product, which further reduces pollution and traffic, healthcare services, distance learning and education. Let's see limitations of e-commerce. Although e-commerce has a list of advantages, it also has some limitations and disadvantages. However, with passage of time, many of the limitations may disappear. Following are some of the limitations of e-commerce. 1. Resistance to change. Business organizations need to change from traditional business to e-commerce, which is faced by a lot of resistance. People need to get used to paperless and faceless business transactions. 2. Initial cost. E-commerce requires significant initial investment in new technologies which can change the company's core business processes. It also requires investment in hardware and software technologies. The staff training is needed to understand the way of conducting the business using e-commerce. 3. Security. A primary concern in e-commerce is security. The data or information traveling on the internet related to the company or an individual should be protected by unauthorized access. Internet provides universal access, but companies should protect their assets from malicious and accidental misuse. 4th, privacy. The privacy of the customer's information is a serious issue. Customers hesitate to share their personal information on the internet due to fear of misuse. Many times, the companies sell their database information to marketing companies and they in turn send unwanted, which is called spam, mails to the customers. The hackers also might intercept the information on the internet and misuse the data. Credit card frauds result into financial loss to the customer. The protection should be provided from hackers, viruses, transfer of data and transaction risks. Next, lack of trust. Sometimes business frauds like non-delivery of products, incorrect information of the product, lack of security for payment transactions create dissatisfaction amongst the customer. Also, returning defective goods purchased online can be a difficult issue. The common concerns here are who pays the return postage. Will full refund be made by the merchant and whether the product will reach to their original source. Next, time for delivery of products. In a physical store, we select the product and leave with the product in our hand. In e-commerce, we often buy products that are not available locally, which means the products need to be delivered, which takes time and cost money. The cost of shipping charges is an overhead in case the product is ordered from a distant place. Perishable products like fruits, vegetables and others are not preferred to be purchased online. Online store doesn't provide the opportunity to touch, wear or feel the product. Therefore, online selling of such products like clothes and furniture might be tricky. Payments on e-commerce are most often conducted using credit card facilities, and as a result, very small and very large transactions are not preferred to be conducted online. Timely updates of information and services are often a problem in case of small organizations trying to establish their business online. E-commerce is dependent on internet, and any problem in the internet connectivity causes business risk. Now let's see e-commerce business models. The business models of e-commerce are defined based on the parties involved and the type of business activities or services provided. Many business models have been proposed for e-commerce, but the following are the most popular among all. Generally, the classification is done on the basis of who is selling to whom. Number 1, business to consumer, that is B2C, business to business, that is B2B, consumer to consumer, that is C2C, consumer to business, that is C2B. Business to consumer model. Business to consumer refers to business and organization that sell product or services to consumers over the internet using website. Consumers from anywhere can browse and order the products or services anytime. The sellers can sell products directly to the customers, and the buyers are individual customers. This is the type of e-commerce that the consumers are most likely to see on internet. Lately, it has gained a high popularity among customers due to simplified and fast way to buy products. Apart from online retailing, B2C also includes services like online banking, real estate services, travel services, and many more. Some examples of B2C websites are Amazon.com, Reddit.com, Fabmart.com, Flipkart.com, etc. Now here we can see Amazon.in example. This is the home page of Amazon.in. To select a product, we have categories option from where we can select the product that we are searching for. After that, we can apply different filters, which filters search results according to our need. For example, the brand name, the price range that we want, and specification of the product. After applying filters, when we select our product, we will get detailed specifications of the product and option to add it to a virtual cart. After adding the product to cart, the next screen we will get will be proceed to checkout. That means we are going to finalize our purchase. After that, we will get an option to choose the delivery address. In final screen, to complete the purchase process, we will have payment option. So the way we want to pay, we can select here the option, or we can also choose payment on delivery option if it is available. Next business model is business to business. Business to business refers to e-commerce activities between different business partners. In B2B, both the seller and the buyer are business entities. It enables the businesses to form e-relationship with their suppliers, distributors, and other agents. This allows more transparency among the business entities involved and results in more efficiency. For example, a manufacturer deals with a supplier, a distributor, and a wholesaler. The manufacturer using B2B can quickly communicate to the supplier about diminishing stock product. The supplier in turn can respond quickly to it. With the help of B2B, the companies can improve the efficiency of common business activities like supplier management, inventory management, payment management, and many more. It is an effective media for managing telemarketing, supply chain, procurement, just-in-time delivery, online services, etc. Some examples of B2B websites are commodity.com, tradeindia.com, etc. Consumer to consumer business model. Consumer to consumer refers to e-commerce activities involving transactions between and among the consumers. It enables the consumers to directly deal with each other through online auctions and classified advertisements without the involvement of third party. Any internet user can become a vendor or purchaser at C2C website. Auctions sites are a good example of C2C model. If we have any product to sell, we can get it listed at an auction site and others can bid for it. Some examples of C2C websites are ebay.com, olx.com and quikr.com. Here we have image of olx.in. Consumer to business model. Consumer to business involves reverse auctions where the consumers determine the prices of the product or services. In this type of e-commerce, consumers have a choice of a wide range of products and services along with the opportunity to specify the range of the prices that they can afford or are willing to pay for a particular product or service. The companies bid to offer the products or services to the consumer. This helps in reducing and bargaining time while increasing flexibility for both the consumer and the company. C2B uses internet to reverse the normal buying process wherein the consumers decide what they are willing to pay and business decides whether to accept it or not. Some examples of C2B websites are bestall.com, jitle.in, broom.in. Here we can see example of broom.in to sell your vehicle. Now let's see government as a separate entity in e-commerce activity. So the models where government is involved are government to business, that is G2B, government to citizen, that is G2C, and government to government, that is G2G. Government to business model. Government to business refers to the services and information provided by the government to the business organizations through vast network of government websites. A business organization can get all the information related to business policies, approvals for starting the business, setup requirement, and other specifications from these websites. Various forms can be filled and submitted online to the related government office. For example, Income Tax Department of Government of India has their website incometaxindia.gov.in wherein all the related to tax, different forms and facility for submission of online tax returns are provided. This business model is a part of e-governance initiative. Government to citizen model. Government to citizen is also part of e-governance. The objective of this business model is to provide good and effective services to individual citizens. The website provides information regarding various government departments, various welfare schemes, different application forms to be used by the citizens, etc. The Gujarat government has developed its own network called Gujarat State Wide Area Network, that is GSWAN, for this purpose and is available online on gswan.gov.in. We can see the homepage of GSWAN. Government to government refers to online non-commercial communication between the government agencies, organizations and departments with other government agencies, organizations and departments. The sharing of information helps in reducing IT cost, streamline procedures, and government offices can be more efficient.